What's up guys, it's Will here from W.T.F Car Reviews. Today we're in my 2021 Camaro LT1. We're going to be going over the gauge displays. We're going to be doing the full tour on this vehicle's infotainment setup, including the 7-inch touchscreen. We're going to be going over the performance data recorders. We're going to be going over the 0 to 60 timers, and we're going to test out this vehicle's 0 to 60. And I've never done it in this vehicle before, so it's going to be pretty exciting to see what this vehicle can do 0 to 60 on the stock 245 Goodyear Eagle F1 asymmetric all-season tires. But let's get right to it. So as a lot of you guys may know, I've owned this vehicle for the past 3.5 months. I've gotten pretty comfortable with it. I've learned a lot about this vehicle, so let's get right to it. So over here, of course, you have your 7-inch touchscreen. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and because this vehicle does have Wi-Fi, these two features are wireless, so very nice to have. You have your settings in your corner. You can adjust your audio settings. You can adjust, let's just check it out. So over here, you can adjust your time and date. You can adjust what language you see. You can adjust and check out with phone settings. So over here, it's just my phone connected, nobody else's. Here you can adjust what Wi-Fi you're using, which is pretty cool. But anyway, let's get out of here. Of course, this vehicle does have sound settings where you can adjust your startup volume. So that way, if you leave the volume all the way up by accident, when you get into the car the next time, you can adjust it so you're not absolutely blasted with really loud music when you step into the car. But anyway, you can also adjust your apps. So you can disable Android Auto, you can disable Apple CarPlay if you want to do that for some reason. You can adjust your audio. So here you have your tone settings, you have your auto volume, you have your ability to manage devices over here. So of course, only my phone's connected, so not going to be a big deal over here. But this vehicle, I have the auto volume on medium, so if I accidentally have the music blasting, it will automatically lower it to a decent volume. But anyway, let's exit out of here. This is where it gets interesting. So you do have vehicle settings where you can adjust your driving mode. Oops, wrong one. But so for this driving mode, you can keep your engine sound permanently in sport. You also have stealth, you have tour, and you can also leave it in auto. So in auto, you are basically just going to be relying on what mode you're in. So over here, you have your drive mode select. You of course have tour mode, which you'll see over here. You also have sport and snow and ice. I usually just leave it in tour. Of course, if you guys see my review, I just leave my engine sound, so that's my exhaust sound, and I leave it in sport because it's really not that loud, and I do like the overall sound and tone. But let's get out of here. You can also leave your steering in sport. So I know a lot of people may say that in this setting, the steering feels a little bit artificially heavy, but I don't think so at all. I actually like to feel, I think it's a very good weight too. And the steering is extremely on center, so just the slightest touch and you're making your wheels move. So I know a lot of vehicles, even today, they don't have the most on center steering, so you can wiggle the wheel like this much and not really have any response. But that's not the case with this vehicle at all. This vehicle has extremely responsive steering. I personally think the weight is very good, and I think the feel of the wheels is just very good, so I'm not going to complain about the steering at all. I leave it in sport all the time. It's perfect for me, so I'm not going to complain. But anyway, you can also adjust your comfort and convenience. That gives you your chime volume when your door's open, so you can actually adjust that, and you can make it, mine's actually on the lowest setting, but never mind on that. You can adjust your remote lock, unlock, and start. Let's see what that does. It's just your horn feedback. I'm going to leave it in the original settings, but it is nice that they let you adjust it. So this vehicle does alert you if you leave your key in the car. Every time I do so, it always gives me like a beep, beep, beep. You left your key in the car. So you can turn that off if you don't like it. I don't really care, so I'm going to leave it on. But anyway, you have your teen driver mode. You have to sign in and go to your owner's manual and adjust like a 4-digit PIN. And whenever your teen drives the car, you can always just set it for like a maximum speed limit of like 60. So they're not going to be going too fast. But let's get out of here. I don't want that on my vehicle, but you can basically see all your adjustments in this system settings. So let's get out of here. And of course, this vehicle does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I do record with my phone, so I'm not gonna be able to display those features for you, but I'm sure you guys have seen plenty of Apple CarPlay systems, so it's not a big deal. So I know I mentioned the drive mode select already, but right underneath you have your electronic parking brake. In order to activate it, you simply just pull it up, and you can see your parking brake is now engaged. However, in order to disable your parking brake, you have to step on your brake and then push it down. You can't just release it, and then you can feel your brake pedal push back, and it's pretty cool. So that's your parking brake. Right above your drive mode select, you have your traction control settings. So if you just press the button one time, it turns your traction control off, and if you press and hold it for about 5 seconds, you'll see you have your stability control that turns off. So very cool. You can turn both of those off. I personally don't. I leave both of them on all the time because this vehicle does allow a little bit of wheel spin even with traction control on. When we check this vehicle 0 to 60, we're going to do both. So we're going to turn off the traction control and we're going to leave it on to see what the main differences are and see what the best times I can ultimately get with both modes are. But that's about it with the 7-inch display and the electronics we have over here next to our shifter. So let's move forward to the infotainment display. So as you guys can see, of course, you have your analog tachometer on the left, you have your analog speedometer on the right, and you have your digital speedometer in the middle. It's very nice that they offered you all three, but I like these gauges quite a bit. I'm not missing the 2SS digital display at all. I like these gauges a lot. So with the infotainment screen over here in the middle, I usually leave it in the digital speedometer setting, but I also have multiple other settings. But however, not a lot of these settings were originally on the car. So throughout my 3 months owning this car, I've ultimately learned how to get all these screens on my infotainment screen. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that after I just show you what this vehicle all in all offers. So over here you have your fuel economy and trip computer. As you can see, I've averaged 22.7 miles per gallon now in 3,824.6 miles. So during my review, I had about 2,000 less miles and I had the same fuel economy. So my fuel economy has not changed. As you can see, this vehicle legitimately averages 22.7 miles per gallon. But let's continue down. Okay, so here you have your fuel range. So right now we're not averaging any miles per gallon because we're just standing still, but I got 319 miles range back in the tank. But you can see your oil life, you can see your tire pressure. My front right wheel actually had a puncture a little while ago, so I had to do a little patch, and there's a little bit more air in those than the other wheels and tires. So that's why you can see 42 compared to 38, not a big deal. I am gonna be doing a summer performance setup in the upcoming months. Probably can be considering Firehawk Indy 500s, but if you guys give me some suggestions, of course, I will consider those. But let's continue down. Here you have your fuel economy information for the last 50 miles. So we've been standing still for quite a while now, so we're only averaging 22.1 miles per gallon today. But my best today, so I was on the highway earlier, was 32.3 miles per gallon. So this vehicle is very efficient, especially considering that this vehicle does have a 6.2 liter V8. But continuing down, here you have your average speed, 29.8 miles per hour. You have your timer. You can reset it, but it doesn't matter to me. You have your battery voltage. It's really, really nice that this vehicle offers a voltometer. So a lot of vehicles nowadays don't have it. I know GM tries to keep it with a lot of their products, so kudos to them. I know a lot of companies just don't offer it anymore, which is annoying because you're not going to really know when your battery's about to run out. But anyway, here you have your coolant temperature. That's going up by a little bit. Never mind, it's staying constant. So you got your oil temperature, you got your oil pressure, and you have your performance timer. So this is how we're going to be determining our 0 to 60 today. We're going to see if we can get it in the 4-second range. So it'll be interesting to see. Beneath it, you have your lap timer, which is not going to be relevant today. We're not going to be going to the track, but when you do go to the track, it'll be really useful to see like how you are comparing your laps if the track that you're using doesn't have a timer for itself. But that's all the settings you have here. You also actually have a G-force meter, so we're going to try to see that today. It's going to be tough to record while doing all this. It may affect my 0 to 60 times trying to hold the camera, but we're going to try to get good footage for you guys today, so wish me luck. So your final setting is your transmission fluid temperature. So this vehicle, it's nice that they offer you all your fluid temperatures, so when you go to the track, you're going to know exactly what's overheating. I'm not sure if all of these temperatures alert you if something's overheating, like if something gets to like the 220, 230 range. I wonder if there's like a little warning sign that you should probably take it easy on the vehicle. It'll be interesting to find out if I ever take this car to the track. Well, when I take this car to the track. But that's about it. So you press it down one more time, you're right back to your digital speedometer. We're going to leave it here for now. So that's about it with your infotainment screen. And I'm going to show you how to get access to all these individual features. So you press the button to get you to the left. Once you're to the left, you can go to options. And once you're in options, you can scroll down to info pages, go to the right, edit list, and now you can basically turn on everything. So you can turn off your transmission fluid. That was not there originally. You can turn off your G-force. That was also not there when I got the car. Lap timer, not there. Performance timer, which is your 0 to 60 timer, also not there. So a lot of vehicles, when you buy these LT1s from the factory, you're gonna have to make sure that you turn these settings on when you buy the car. So in order to do it again, so you go, I'm gonna show you guys one more time in case you missed it. So it's very important. So let's go back. So you go to info, that's your regular settings. So from info, from your digital speedometer, go left. From left, you go down, options. From options, you're gonna be at your units. That's where it's gonna defaultly put you. So from units, you scroll down one time, go to the right, and from right, you go edit list. And from edit list, you can turn on or turn off whatever you want or don't need. So the only thing I have off is blank page, because I don't know why you would need a blank page. But other than that, I have every single possible setting on my infotainment screen. So very cool, definitely a fan of this. So that's about it. So let's go find a nice little open road and check out this vehicle 0 to 60. All right, guys, so let's test it out in tour mode and traction control on. So a little bit of a launch, and let's go. Okay, so as you saw, 4.8 was the time with traction control on a super rough road. So let's find a little bit better of a road and try it again. All right, guys, we're on the same road. This time we're just gonna try it in sport mode with traction control off, but okay. So we're stopped, and we're gonna do a little bit of a launch, and let's go. Wow, that was just not a good launch at all. We were all over the road. All right, guys, we're just gonna go. So that's me rolling into it. So I'm not trying to get wheel spin. I'm trying to preserve my tires as much as I can. All right, guys, let's try it with traction control on. All right, guys, so the best time we were able to get is 4.8 with these stock tires. We're gonna do another 0 to 60, of course, on the new tires. So I'll definitely catch back with you guys when that happens. So the best time we were able to get was 4.8. That's unfortunate, but we'll see what we can get on better tires. All right, guys, so on these stock tires, obviously that the 0 to 60 is not gonna be where this car is gonna shine, but where this car will shine is you can drop it down to third, second gear. Woo! I hope you guys can pick that up. So there's no wheel spin in second gear at all, and I hope you can hear those crackles and pops in the exhaust. So it's overall awesome. I'm sorry that my phone's not on a mount. I hope it's not a big deal. Maybe if my phone was on a mount, we would have been able to get a better 0 to 60 than 4.8. But that's the best time we were able to get on these stock tires. Not a big deal. I hope you guys aren't upset by that. When we get some better tires, hopefully we can get the 0 to 60 in the 4-second range. But that's about it, guys. Please subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. Give me some recommendations on some cars you'd like to see reviewed on this channel. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. I definitely enjoyed making this video for you guys. So have a great day.